Hi, Colin Kelly here with Do Business Smarter. I wanted to share in this quick video how to build value into your products and services before you discuss price. It's one of those areas where business owners seem to struggle, and because of that they end up having some serious challenges in the business. Until you build value into what you're selling, your prospects will continue to haggle over price. You feel unappreciated because even though you do fantastic things for every customer and you bring huge value to the table, they're still negotiating with you, and you end up working even harder for your money than you need to. Unfortunately, you stay in that role and it's only a matter of time until you burn out. You just get tired of what you're doing and you say this isn't worth it. But the solution is to build value into your products and services before you discuss price. When you do that, customers will happily pay your price. You make more money in less time and you get to have a life. We were discussing this in a forum recently, one of our small business owner forums with our coaching clients. And afterwards we were having a chat about building the selling system and building value, and one very smart customer said to me, Colin, this is great and I understand the importance of building value, and it's definitely something I need to work on, and I'm sorry to be dense, but how do you do it? So I shared this story with her that she said really explained the concept well to her, and it prompted me to create this quick video to share it with others. Hopefully it helps you. Let's say you're in the market for a new gardener and you call up the first place and it's Bob's gardening service, and Bob arrives out and he hops out of his beaten up old truck and he's a little late and he says, hey, sorry to be late, I'm Bob, I want to give you a price on doing your yard. He's a nice guy and you show him around the yard. He points out a few of the flower beds and he says, would you like me to take care of those too? Some of these trees need a little bit of attention. And after you've walked around the yard for a few minutes, he says, yeah, definitely, I could do this yard for you for $45 a week. And you think that sounds fair enough. And he tells you how much his customers love him and he's been in the business for 20 years and he's a nice guy. And you chat for a few minutes and you say, great, I am talking to a few other gardeners, but I'll give you a call by the end of the week. Bob says, great, look forward to hearing from you, hops in his truck and drives off. Pretty typical, right? Good guy, knows his game, fair price. The next place you call is Celtic Creative Yard Maintenance. And you hear a friendly voice on the phone and he says, thank you for calling Celtic Creative Yard Maintenance. This is Patrick, how may I help you? And you say, Patrick, I'd like to get a price on weekly yard maintenance. Patrick says, certainly, let me arrange a time to come out and have a look at your yard. And you arrange that he comes out at 4 o'clock tomorrow evening. Patrick says, great, I look forward to seeing you then. Let me send you out an email to confirm our appointment. You give him your email address and sure enough there's an email, and in the email there's a little link to a profile form. It says, please complete this yard profile form before our appointment. You click on it and it's just 4 or 5 questions. It only takes you a minute, but it asks you what kind of trees you like, what flowers you like. Do you have pets? Do you have kids? Just a few, 4 or 5 little questions. There's a photograph of Patrick in the email as well, so you know what he looks like before you even get there, before he gets there. Are you already feeling this is quite a different experience to the Bob experience? So Patrick arrives on time, his truck is immaculate, he hops out, he's got his logo shirt on, hands you his business card, walks around, he points out the flower beds and he says, see those flowers, they're getting too much sun, those flowers that aren't looking too healthy there. And that tree is a little off colour, and I see some of the lawn is not quite as green as it should be. Then he asks you to turn on your sprinklers for a few minutes while he prepares your instant quote. You turn on your sprinklers, he goes to his truck, comes back up to you a few minutes later and hands you 3 pieces of paper, and he explains the first page here is just a sketch of your yard, and I've highlighted what flowers are in each of your flower beds and what trees you have, and beside that is a recommendation of the fertilizer you should use on those trees. So he's already giving you value. You haven't even signed up with him yet, but he's giving you additional value already. The second page is a calendar of our schedule, so you can see exactly when we'd be coming to your home, and I've highlighted when we would do a deep dive into each section of the yard. So you get your weekly yard maintenance plus an additional deep dive in each section. And the third page is our month-to-month client agreement with a customer service guarantee, where if we're at any stage, if you're not happy, we'll refund 1 month of service, no questions asked. And he says, any questions before we talk price? And you say, no, it all sounds great. Internally, you're thinking, oh my gosh, this is going to be expensive. And Patrick says, great, we could take care of your yard with all these services, with our satisfaction guarantee. We could do it for just $55 a week. Are you thinking, wow, I know I would be. They're going to do all these services with the guarantee, with these additional things, and they're just $10 more a week than Bob. And then before he goes, he says 2 quick things. You mentioned in your profile form that you love palm trees. So here's a little gift just as a thank you for letting me come out and give you a quote. It's a 3-week-old palm tree. It's a little sapling and you can put it anywhere in your yard. I've also got a instruction sheet how to plant it and how to take care of it, just as a thank you. Lastly, I'm sure you're talking to other gardeners, and so we do have a 48-hour decision bonus that if you make up your mind to use us within 48 hours, you also get 4 man-hours of a cleanup in your yard on our first day of coming. We'll move those flowers we talked about, we'll fertilize this tree, we'll do those repairs on the sprinklers that we mentioned, and we'll do all those things before we even start. There's an incentive for you to make up your mind within 48 hours. He hops back in his truck, thanks you for your time, and takes off. Here's the kicker, folks. Patrick does exactly the same work as Bob, but because of how he presents it and because of how he builds value into what he does, he's able to charge 20% more for the same work. He closes 4 out of 5 appointments, he gets 3 times the referrals, and he keeps his clients longer. Not because his work is better, just because of how he presents it to the client. If we compare them, Bob did a needs analysis. He came out, he talked about the features and services that he offers. He gave a proposal, $45 a week, told them how great he is and suggested that they call me. Pretty typical. Whereas Patrick did a little qualifying on the phone, a pre-appointment email, did the needs analysis, had some questions, educated you about your yard, added value with the sketch and the calendar, did the proposal and a guarantee and a gift, and then created urgency with the 48-hour decision bonus. So you can do this for your business as well. Let me give you a framework to work from so you can build these same components into your business. The first step is to analyze the features. Analyze the features of what you offer. Just list out all the different features. Build benefit statements and benefit conversations around each and every one of those features. And then create your supporting components. Like in Patrick's case, those 3 pieces of paper. Create your supporting components and develop your story. Develop how you're going to present these things to build value in each and every step of your process. And when you do that, folks, people pay up front, they're happy to pay your price, they don't negotiate, and they stay with you longer, and you get more referrals. There's a lot goes into it, but that's your framework to build from. Folks, I hope you found this helpful. If you'd like more information, please go to our website at dobusinesssmarter.com. If you have questions, feel free to ask them on our Facebook page at Facebook.com/DoBizSmarter. And we look forward to seeing you soon. See you on the next video. Thank you.